our senators here in Oregon are very, very involved in what's going on. And I think we are one of the fortunate few states whose leaders are doing their very best. I completely agree. I have a friend in Texas who's always reminding me that we have two senators here who care very much about democracy and the rule of law, and she's stuck with Ted Cruz, right? So I think for us here in Oregon, we are uniquely positioned because we do have two senators who really care about taking their job seriously. They understand what the role of a senator is. They have not sold out. They care about Oregonians. They care about the Constitution. They care about the future of this country. And for me, I'm so grateful to have them as allies. And I don't always agree with my senators. It's okay. It's okay for us to disagree on certain issues. I can still understand the ways that they are earnestly trying to represent Oregonians. I've disagreed with Ron pretty vigorously on his position about AIPAC and about Gaza. So, however, as Jeff said in his town hall earlier today, Ron Wyden has done so much to advocate for justice and the rule of law, particularly when it comes to the Epstein files. Jeff was mentioning how the Trump regime is obstructing the release of the Epstein files. They're in violation of federal law right now. But more than that, they've only released 1% of the Epstein files. 99% of it they are holding back. It's already, what we've seen is already bad. They have released what is the most mild and they think will distract us. 99% of it is still hidden. But as Jeff rightly pointed out, there's this whole other investigation, a treasure trove, as Jeff referred to it, of evidence, of investigative leads that have all been dug up by Ron Wyden. And those don't exist in the Epstein files themselves. Those are in the United States Treasury. That is banking information. I think it's $1.7 billion worth of financial transactions in and out of Jeffrey Epstein's multiple accounts that Ron Wyden has uncovered. He sent it to Pam Bondi. He was able to go in and look in a SCIF. You can't take photos or even notes in a SCIF, but you can go look. And so he was able to get access to that information. He's spent more than 3 years now investigating financial transactions between Jeffrey Epstein and other individuals and entities. That's all evidence. Those are all leads. Follow the money. Ron Wyden has done that. I actually said in a video earlier today that in many ways it doesn't matter if these Sasha Riley recordings turn out to be true or false, because we have 99% of the Epstein files still to go through, and we have this whole second batch of data, of leads, of information in these financial transactions that the Treasury Department is holding on to, that Ron Wyden has been shouting from the rooftops, hey, these are all leads. These are all important leads. Pam Bondi is refusing to investigate them. Y'all, Donald Trump is bombing Venezuela. He is abducting the rulers of sovereign nations. He's threatening to go to war with our friends in Mexico and our friends in Greenland. He is waging war on American citizens in American cities. All because he doesn't want the Epstein files released. All because he wants you to forget the fact that they are withholding 99% of the Epstein files. So how bad is it? How bad is the shit in there that he is going to these extreme measures to try and distract you and prevent those Epstein files seeing the light of day? Remember, earlier, a couple months ago, members of Congress were briefed with some more information and talked to Epstein victims and came out just absolutely heartbroken. Whatever is in there is worse than you can imagine, I guarantee you. And why is it that Donald Trump doesn't want that information released? Why is it that Pam Bondi is refusing to investigate when Ron Wyden gave her a tremendous amount of evidence that he spent the Biden years investigating, right? He was doing this all under Joe Biden. But Donald Trump doesn't want to chase it down, doesn't want to get justice. Pam Bondi doesn't want to get justice. And likewise, Jeff Merkley has been advocating vigorously on so many fronts, y'all, to defend Oregonians, to defend the Constitution, but also to get the Epstein files released. These senators of ours, I think, one, they'll go down on the right side of history, but they model what it looks like for us to have an ally in Congress. They model what it looks like for us to have functional representation in Congress. And I'm so, so grateful. We can get frustrated with our electeds, but I think if every state had senators that worked like Ron and Jeff did, then democracy would function, right? Let that be a lesson to Senate Democratic leadership, but also Senate Republicans, right? We all deserve to have senators who work for us and work to uphold the Constitution and help create a functional society where we have a good quality of life and we have access to justice, right? We deserve to have that. That's what our founding fathers envisioned, not to have senators who are beholden to APAC money, foreign money, who are beholden to dark money, to corporate interest, to big business, to the airlines, to billionaires. No, they all should work for us. They all are meant to work for us. And I do think that Jeff and Ron, I do think that they do. I mean, you look at Jeff's record when it comes to who he does and doesn't take money from. He's a man of integrity and he does work for the American people. He works for Oregonians. And I'm really, really grateful to have both him and Ron working for us. And I'm glad they're going to continue to be very loud and out front about the Epstein files and getting that information released.